Hey guys, so most of you know that I turned 25 this July 6th, 2014, and I wanted to make a video listing 25 things I've learned in my 25th year on this earth. 25, you just seem so much more mature than that. But yes, believe it or not, I am 25. So some of the things I learned this year were huge life lessons, and some things were just facts that I learned this year that I didn't know before. An entire year ago, July 6th, 2013, I learned, I kind of knew already, but I really learned officially my love of alpacas and llamas when I went to a petting zoo for my 24th birthday. I know, so mature.
Look at this little squirt. I'm obsessed with these.
I think that looks like so much more of a
These are definitely my favorite animal. I'm just like, I would stare at these things all day.
And then in August, I learned a really hard lesson. I had to say goodbye to my family pet, Roxy, cute little Maltese dog that I'd had since I was 11, and she passed away. And I learned how difficult it is to say goodbye to a pet. Although she did provide me with many years of happiness, and I think she had a really good life, it was still just very hard for me to say goodbye.
Hannah just came home and she told me that she talked to my mom, and Roxy, they had to put Roxy down, and it's like so weird for me to think about because I didn't get to go see her. But she was really old, she was 13. And I guess she had cancer, and it was like all of a sudden she just started getting really slow, and they took her to the emergency vet, and they decided to put her down.
In August, I took a road trip from Southern California all the way up the West Coast into Canada with my boyfriend Kevin, and I learned something huge there that is affecting my life right now. We stayed at a place called Paca Pride Ranch, and they're a self-sustained farm with these yurts that we stayed in, and Kevin and I learned how important sustainable lifestyles were to us, and now we're trying to create that for ourselves. And we're even trying to create a tiny home for us to live in. And I really think that was the point that we got inspired to do something like that.
Oh my gosh, you guys, this is seriously one of the coolest places I have ever stayed. We got an awesome tour. They run such an efficient, eco-friendly farm over here. I don't know, what do you think?
It's amazing. They really know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're using all their land and everything in the most practical way they can.
It's awesome. It's so cool. And unfortunately we're not here when they're making the hats out of the fibers from the alpaca here, but they do it seasonally. And we might have to come back so I can get a hat made out of Cusco.
In September, I caught a fish for the first time. I went fishing for the first time ever, and I learned how to do that. I learned how to gut a fish, cook it, and eat it.
Everybody's waiting. Haven't gotten anything yet. I got one!
It's a German brown.
My first fish ever.
Years.
I also learned that in some cases when you're adventuring, you have to step outside your comfort zone. And Kevin and I went swimming in our underwear, and maybe that's not a big deal for a lot of people, but I'm a very shy person. And I was really happy that I did it, because if I didn't, I would have missed out on a very fun time swimming in this like crystal clear pool in the middle of nowhere. And lately I've just been taking more chances like that, stepping outside of my comfort zone, and I've not yet regretted it. I've been happy to do it every single time.
She decided to brave the waters.
I learned how to rock climb and to go bouldering this year, which I love both of those things a lot. And bouldering, I think it's called bouldering, just like when you free climb boulders. It's very fun, although it is scary too. I did a lot of scary things this year. In November, I got to go to Australia with Kentucky. So cool. I learned how to surf there. I got a surfing lesson from a pro surfer. We did a lot of adventurous things in Australia, including number 8, which was bungee jumping, which was the scariest thing I've ever done in my entire life. And I learned that I have the ability to face some pretty gnarly fears. In December, Kevin met my parents as my boyfriend for the first time, and I was so stressed and so nervous about it, but I learned a really valuable lesson. Most likely, if people in your life love you, if your friends and your family love you, they will love anyone you bring into your life. anyone that you love that loves you and respects and takes care of you. So naturally, my parents loved Kevin, and my friends love him too, and he loves all of them. So I stressed a whole lot for nothing. So I learned to trust in myself and trust in my loved ones to get along fine without me having to do anything at all.
So, how was it meeting my parents?
Hopefully I won their hearts over. I don't know, we'll see.
Were you nervous?
I was really nervous at first, but I don't know, I really enjoyed their company, so hopefully.
Yeah, we had fun tonight.
In January, I made a huge move. I had been living in Southern California for a year, but I came from Florida, both very warm climates, moved to Nevada in January, so I learned how to survive winter.
It's really soft.
It is really soft. Is it gonna soak my shoes?
Is that dog shit that you just walked in?
Can I walk in it?
Look at it.
Yep, that's dog poop.
In February, I learned how to build a snowman for the first time.
Putting a little hump for the hat so it doesn't fly off.
Ah. Very nice. It looks like a little trucker.
I also learned something really cool that I still like doing today, which is called acro yoga. It's really fun, you do it with a partner. It's kind of like acrobatics / yoga, like the name suggests. I went to Yosemite this year with Kevin and with my best friend, Allie Speed, and it was just a really great trip. She was going through a lot in her life at the time, came down to see me, and I really learned just kind of the importance of the bonds of friendship and how strong that can be, and how lucky I am to have her in my life.
Right now, I can see a black circle inside the sun. That means I've been looking at the sun for too long.
Yeah, I just realized I should not be staring directly into the sun.
How long have you been looking at the sun?
A long time.
Oh my god, that's funny.
I also went on a cruise for the first time this year, and I learned just how seasick I can actually get.
I'm feeling a little
We have 4 beds
seasick.
on. One of them isn't dropped down. One of them has.
I need to be on land. Oh,
Heyo.
that is high fashion.
And this year I also learned that I want to live in a tiny house. I know before I mentioned that we learned that we liked the idea of living in a tiny house, but we're actually doing it this year.
This is the entire size of the house. This is what 120 square feet looks like. Pretty small.
Tall ceilings.
Yeah, tall ceilings with a loft.
I learned how to say bula, which is hello / welcome in Fijian. Got to go to Fiji this year. And I also learned in Fiji how to skydive. This kind of goes along with one that I already mentioned about strong friendships, but I learned this year just how great my friends really are, how much I miss them. This is the first time I've been moved away from all of my friends in a really long time. It's just Kevin and I basically out here, and I got to see Hannah, Kara, and Allie all at once in Southern California, and then I had to say bye to them all at once, and I just have awesome friends.
Saddest
Throw
thing
your
I've ever
tortilla on the
seen.
ground.
Oh my
As
god.
soon as it happened, we all tried this.
It's an essential part of the cooking process because you need to make mistakes in order to learn. So let's start again. We have extra potatoes, right, girls?
Yes. And also,
I got to go to VidCon this year for the 3rd time, but something was different this year at VidCon. I really learned the impact that internet videos can have on real world issues, and I learned how to work with not-for-profits, because in the past I'd really just considered YouTube videos as a form of entertainment and kind of like how-to videos, information. But now for the first time I'm really looking at it as a way to spread positive messages to broader audiences. I learned that I kind of like cats. I lived with a little cat named Penny in San Clemente, and that rhymed. I learned that orca whales can live to be 100 freaking years old. I learned that I can get horribly plane sick when I threw up in my own hands on a plane. I learned that life is incredibly unpredictable. I moved to Reno with the original thought that Kevin would go to grad school here, and that's why we were moving here. and he decided not to finish grad school, and we had the option to move and we didn't. But I don't think we would have ended up here if it weren't for that initial idea of going to grad school. So we took that chance, moved all the way out here, and if we hadn't, I wouldn't be on the track that I am right now, and I'm so grateful to be where I am right now. Take chances. I learned that. Take chances, take risks, because even if they don't work out the way you planned, it can open some crazy doors, new opportunities that you never imagined were there before. And then this year on my birthday, I learned that I really do have an amazing friend, boyfriend, creative partner. When Kevin made me that really awesome breakfast. That's not like the thing that made me realize, but he made me this awesome breakfast for my birthday. We were just sitting and talking about life, and I just learned how lucky I am to have him as a part of my life.
That's gorgeous. Kevin. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then finally, the 25th thing that I learned this year is that you guys are so awesome, and that I am so lucky to have you guys, because I asked this year for my birthday to reach 50,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel, Lady Dottie. Put a link to that channel in the description below. So I asked for 50,000 subs, and you guys got me beyond 97,000, and we are so close to 100,000, and it's more than I ever imagined, and it's all because of you guys. And yeah, that's 25 things that I learned this year. Hopefully next year I learn 26 or more, that would be good. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my Dr. Gallagher channel if you haven't already, and to check out my daily videos and my Lady Dottie channel. I'll put both the links in my description. Let me know in the comments if you also learned some similar life lessons this year, or maybe some different life lessons you learned this year. And I got a lot more years to come. I had a great, thank you for making this year on YouTube so great, and I plan on having many more here in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time on my 26th birthday. I'll see you many times before that, but I'll also see you then as well. I learned that good things can come from unexpected things that happen. Things. Catnip penance, increment.